Good morning. Today's topic is periodic table and periodic properties. Periodic table, if we say the periodic table also known as the periodic table of the elements, arranges the chemical elements into rows and column group. It is an organizing icon of chemistry and is widely used in physics and other sciences. It is a depiction of the periodic law, which says that when the elements are arranged in order of their atomic number and approximately a recurrence of these their properties is evident. The table is divided into four roughly rectangular areas called blocks. Elements in the same group tend to show similar chemical characteristics. Vertical, horizontal, and diagonal trends characterize the periodic table. Metallic character increases going down a group and decreases from left to right across a period, while non-metallic character increases going from left to right. Now come to the another one, which is called Mendeleev periodic table. The first periodic table to become generally accepted was that of the Russian chemist Mendeleev. In 1869, he formulated the periodic law as a dependence of chemical properties on atomic mass. एटॉमिक मास यदि एलिमेंट के बढ़ते हुए परमाणु भारों के रूप में उसने लिया था. एज नॉट ऑल एलिमेंट्स वर देन नोन, उस समय सभी नोन नहीं थे. देयर वर गैप इन हिज periodic table and Mendeleev successfully used the periodic law to predict some properties of some of the missing elements. Among chemical properties, Mendeleev treated formulae of hydride and oxide as one of the basic criteria for characterization. He took 63 cards and on each card he wrote the properties of one element. He grouped the elements with similar properties and pinned it on the wall. He observed that elements were arranged in the increasing order of atomic mass and there was the periodic occurrence of elements with similar properties. According to this observation, he formulated a periodic law which states the properties of elements and the periodic function of their atomic masses. एलिमेंट के केमिकल और फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी उनके आवर्ती फलन होते हैं. इन Mendeleev periodic table, vertical column in the periodic table and horizontal row in the periodic table were named as groups and period. Merits of, if we say the Mendeleev's periodic table merits, number one, merits are Mendeleev was first to properly arrange and classify all elements and was able to explain the periodicity in their chemical properties. Mendeleev left some gaps for undiscovered elements. He predicted that some elements would be discovered in future. He also predicted properties of those undiscovered elements. But there were some demerits. Now, the demerits of Mendeleev periodic law table, or we can say law table, that is, number one, position of hydrogen was not justified. It was in first, the properties were also matching with first group as well as seventh one. Number two, increasing order of atomic mass could not be maintained throughout the table. There is no place for isotope. Next one, Moseley periodic law. In the year 1913, Henry Moseley studied the frequencies of the X-ray which were emitted when certain metals were bombarded with high-speed electrons. He found that in all the cases, the square root of the frequency was directly proportional to the atomic number of the atom of the metals. These studies believe that atomic number is the fundamental properties of an element. In the above observation, Moseley gave the modern periodic law, which states that physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. उसने एलिमेंट को उनके परमाणु क्रमांक के बढ़ते हुए क्रम में अरेंज किया और ये पाया कि उनके जो केमिकल और फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी होते हैं उसके एटॉमिक नंबर के आवर्ती फलन होते हैं. देन कम टू द मॉडर्न पीरियोडिक टेबल. अब हम आते हैं मॉडर्न पीरियोडिक टेबल में. इसका नंबर वन, इट इज़ अ टेबुलर अरेंजमेंट ऑफ एलिमेंट्स in groups and periods, which highlights the regular trend in properties of elements, is defined as the periodic table. There are some features. Number one, there are 18 vertical columns known as group in the modern periodic table, which are arranged from left to right, and even 7 horizontal rows which are known as periods. If we say group 1 or first A are called your alkali metals. In modern periodic table, we can see group number, group name and property of some elements. And now we are come to the another one, classification of element. How we can classify element? We can see in this one. Here, the elements of group are 1 to 17, which are known as group or called normal elements. The elements of 3 to 12 are known as transition elements, and 18 one is noble gases or inert gases. Their outermost cell, why do we call them inert? So now inert gases, then come to the other one, S block. We can 4 block, as I said in the beginning, that the periodic table was divided into 4 blocks. So first block is called your S block, and this block consists group of first and second modern periodic table called S block elements. Here the outermost electron present in s orbit, that is s orbital, s1 and s2. In there and also we can say S block comprises 14 elements, namely hydrogen to your radium. We can say hydrogen हो गया, lithium और lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, यहाँ से आके फिर then next is your beryllium to your last one. So we can say beryllium, magnesium इत्यादि. Or S block element having only one electron in their s orbital are called alkali metal. पहले वालों को हम alkali metal कहते हैं, जबकि दूसरे वालों को हम जहाँ पर 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन s इलेक्ट्रॉन जहाँ 2 होंगे वहाँ पर हम कहते हैं alkaline earth metal. 2 तरह के होंगे, alkali metal और alkaline earth metal. Or the electron present in atom occupy the electronic configuration of S block element can be explained as below. The alkali elements in the S block consist a single valency electron in their outermost shell. The outermost electron is loosely held, which makes their metal highly electropositive. Due to this, they are not available in free state in nature. Properties, if we see the properties of S block elements are consist low atomic and ionic size, greater charge density, that is charge volume of ratio of the atom, greater polarization and absence of d orbital. Now come to the p block elements. P block elements are those in which last electron enters any of the 3 p orbital, their respective cells. And if we say this is your ns2 p1 to 6, if electronic configuration, if we say that one, and these are the p block elements are those in which the last electron enters any of the 3 p orbital of their respective cells. Since a p subcell has 3 degenerate p orbital, each of which can accommodate 2 electrons. Therefore, in all there are 6 group of p block elements. And we come to the d block element again. D block elements are, these are your middle of the periodic table from group 3 to 12. The name D block becomes the last electron enters into the d orbital of the penultimate cell. These are often called transition element because their character lies between highly reactive metallic element of S block and non-metallic element of P elements. Means these are their characteristic or their properties are in exhibit in between your S and P block elements. And there are 4 series in the D block corresponding to the filling of up to 3D, 4D, 5D and 6D. First transition series of 3D series from scandium to zinc. Second one, yttrium to cadmium. Third, 5D series, lanthanum to Hg, mercury. And fourth transition series, which is 6D series, which is incomplete. Come to the another one, the last one, which is F block. F block elements are found outside of the at bottom of the periodic table. The name F blocks because the last electron enters into the F orbital of the anti-penultimate cell. There are also we can say there are your 4F orbital is starting here, and also these are called inner transition elements. There are 2 series of the F block corresponding to filling of the 4F and 5F orbitals. Lanthanide series of 4F series, cerium to your erbium, and actinide series, your 5 series, thorium to your molybdenum. So now we can say the other, and this we have I have explained all this your as periodic table, that is S block, P block, D block and F block. Now today this I am going to stop it now and the end of the chapter. Okay, thank you very much.